So the 2018 midterms are wrapping up with still a few more votes trickling in some races, but it appears the Democrats have taken the majority in the House, albeit a slim majority, while the Republicans have made gains in the Senate. And before we kind of look at that, I wanted to highlight this picture from the New York Times in my search, because unfortunately when you open up the article, it brings you to a video of them covering the race. But this right here conveys perfectly the Democratic base that they were looking for. These almost genderless NPC carbon copies of each other. This is what the Democratic base looks like, and oh my god, it is almost embarrassing for them to highlight a picture like this. So let's start off here with the Senate races. What's happened here is very interesting. I have here the 2018, Senate map, which is pretty much finalized with the exception of Arizona, but it appears McSally might actually pull that one out in the end. But what's interesting is if I pull up the 2012 maps, you're going to see a lot more blue here. A lot more, especially in some key states. Nevada was just about the only one that actually switched in favor of the Democrats. So we go back and we see that North Dakota, Kramer has won. We go to Missouri, we see McCaskill has lost. She was the incumbent. We go to Indiana, where Donnelly has lost, which was a bit of a surprise to some people from the headlines I read yesterday. But the big one where a lot of money flowed into that wasn't Texas was Florida, where Governor Scott won against the incumbent Nelson. The next thing I want to move on to here is Tennessee, where we had that supposed Taylor Swift wave. How did that do? Well, we can already see that it's red. But, ooh, did Bredesen take a beating there. I guess there was no Taylor Swift wave, to say the least. That did nothing to help that candidate. And if we move on to Texas here, we're going to see that Cruz has defeated the challenger O'Rourke, in which a lot of money was funneled from California into Texas to help boost Beto O'Rourke's campaign. I believe in this case that Beto O'Rourke was sort of the sacrificial lamb to Cruz, but they really tried to pump him up because what they're trying to do is the Democratic base is trying to build their 2020 candidates because they have nobody. They have Bernie Sanders, who's going to be a dinosaur if they try to run him, and age is going to work against him there. So they're looking for someone young, someone fresh, a senator that they could have put up like a previous Illinois senator. Only that's not going to work because he was defeated in Texas, and I doubt, because I don't know too much about him, that I doubt he's really going to stand out as a 2020 candidate for the Democrats. So let's move on to the House here. This map is very telling. There were some losses in the Oklahoma City area. There was a lot of metro gains for Democrats. But this is the area I want to focus on because this is where Trump's message resonated greatly. And you're going to see that right here in the 2016 map, where we had some New York areas that went red, a lot of areas in eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, parts of Maryland, Virginia, and things like that. This area right here, which is the suburbs of the elite powerhouses of like New York, DC, these areas right here, these concentrated areas of metropolitan life. I think what we had when the Democrats lost those areas in 2016 was a Trump wave of sorts, that people really got his populist message. And when we move here, that message may have not have resonated so much because you have a lot of the liberal arts kind of people. And when I saw this, these losses were to be a bit expected from me. I was a bit surprised at Iowa, but that could be because of the trade negotiations and small pain, but long-term gains, and I don't think they understood that. But what does this all mean exactly? Well, Republicans won on a national level. That much is clear with the Senate. But what you had was Democrats winning on the local level. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we did see a surge of voters. This broke all the records with I think it was about 113 million votes. Ow, sorry guys. And so we definitely saw a surge of that. We saw some disenfranchised millennials who might have abandoned the Democrats in this area in 2016, but I guess they felt that it was their duty after being radioed from leftist comedy and things like that to do their duty and vote and try to win these seats back. I don't see the Democrats holding onto this area for very long because they're not going to do much, and I believe that the Democrats are going to try to pull through what the Republicans did like 2014-ish with obstruction, but it's just obstruction is not going to work in their favor when you have the Republicans winning the Senate on a national level, which basically means if you're going to try to obstruct Trump and his economy, that's not going to work. People are going to reject that soundly because the economy is doing so well. I believe on a social level, which is what we got more locally, his social messages aren't ringing too soundly, except in the border areas where we see there might be some increases of red. I think there was some losses here. Let's look at here. Yeah, this district right here was a loss for the Republicans. This one might be going to the Republicans. I'm not quite sure. That one's still getting counted. But this is the area right here. The concentration of the coast is where the Democrats won. It's where the elites are. So I think they pretty much got their drones to come out and vote for them. One last thing that I found interesting was in Nevada, where the dead Republican brothel owner won his election. That's absolutely amazing. The guy cannot serve, so the article doesn't cover how the state's going to move forward to have that seat represented, but just a representative for Romanoff did not immediately respond for a request from comment from Reuters. Oh my God, I cannot imagine what that guy is going through right now. You lost to a dead person. How bad was your campaign? Oh my God. All right, guys. That's about wrapping it up here. I'm going to see y'all later. Have a good one.